second now. It will all be over. Here comes Hurst. He's got some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now. It's four. And Charlton. And the players bring themselves.
Right, welcome back. This is episode 2, where we took 2 guys off the shelf. We took this guy, which I thought was original, a vintage 1968 66 footballer, England World Cup. At the same time, we took this guy down. He was in a World War II infantry outfit. We turned him into a hybrid of the action sailor, crossed with a naval attack set and a navy dress parade. Right, let's move on to this guy. But we established that he was a 40th edition. This might be a vintage football kit he's wearing. Doesn't look as new as him. We seem to have lost the badge and we have a spot of glue, so that's something we'll be looking for. So joining him today, I've brought in my Bobby Moore 50th anniversary edition. He's lost a hand. He's from 2016. Along with that, I have a 1990s Action Man in an England kit from a Corinthian figure. He's missing his boots, so I'm going to be looking for his boots. So I think he's from the late 90s. And we've got the 40th edition, which was 2006 to 2010. Story about this guy here. And when they were in the shelf in the back room, it was a bit of a dumping ground, that room. And I remember going in there one day and finding a small ball on the floor, thinking it belonged to one of my grandkids or something like that. I put it away somewhere and forgetting all about where I put it. So this guy is missing his football. So that's something we really need to find. So we need to find a badge and we need to find a football. There's not much that comes with this guy, so let's just have a quick read. Right, he was released in 1968 until 1970. It came with shirt, shorts, socks, boots, a ball, which are missing, a display stand. Now, I didn't know about that. Maybe that's something I could make. Looks quite simple. I've got the stands, bit of AstroTurf, and we can make that look pretty smart, couldn't we? So it came with a display stand, football information leaflet, and he came with an equipment manual. Let's read a little bit about him. Excuse my reading. The action footballer first appeared in a 1969 equipment manual and came complete with a painted stand in a season in which Everton went on to win the Football League Division 1 and they displaced Manchester City as champions. It was available in the England kits of the time. The home strip of white shirt, blue shorts, and more common, the red shirt, white shorts, as per England's 1966 World Cup winners' second strip. I now have to find the home strip. Now, I think I haven't seen the home strip. Did they make the 50th in the home strip? I don't know, let me know in the comments.
And did Corinthian make an away strip?
I'm not sure if I remember what the away strip was. Maybe you guys could leave pictures in the comments below what the away strip was. I've got all of them in the loft, funny enough, because I collect the kits. Another World Cup footballer was released just in time for the less successful England World Cup campaign of the 1970s, with replica World Cup and hard plastic ball made up of separate black and white panels. So this one, I believe, was a white ball. And so when they released one in 1970, it had black and white panels, which was obviously the fashion for footballs at that time, I'd say. A new range of different kits on equipment cards were also introduced, allowing you to make your own team colours, which is fantastic. Now, if you collect every one, that'd get a really expensive game. You know, that would be something once I've finished collecting other ones. This wasn't my thing as a child. I never had any sportsman ones. World War II was my thing. Certainly down the line, if and when I can afford it, I will go on to get all of these strips. So that's that. Also available was a dressed action sportsman footballer figure, England's second kit, in red shirt, white shorts, red socks, and its own box, which ran until 1972. A zipped blue tracksuit was also an option. Now I must get that. So they re-released this later in 1970 for the World Cup campaign. Finally, a number of First Division replica football club strips would expand the range from 1971. Right, so I'll put up a few pictures. Here you can just see what I'm looking at. Once again, thanks to Action Man HQ, because my books don't cover this. This one, I don't know if you can see, he's got Has got the World Cup tracksuit there. This book also shows you the sharpshooter. It helped you make this guy kick the football. Very intriguing. Pair of boots stuck on a plastic thing. Also shows you mum's knitted football kits, which was fantastic that mums were getting involved back then. So in the 40th range, I'm not 100% sure they even released this as the England team. I think it might have just been released as a red strip now. The only place I can find it, a picture is on eBay so far. And it's not listed as the England strip, with anniversary footballer with sideburns. So once again, let me know in the comments. I will do a bit more research. And I'll find out whether they did release this as a 40th. Now, obviously the Action Man's a 40th, we know that. So maybe this is a vintage strip. I don't know. Right, okay, so that's where we're at with this guy. A quick look at this 1990s one. Look at that strip. It did come with boots. He was bought, I think, by my wife in a charity shop. And he came with boots, but they weren't his boots. They wouldn't fit on him.
Right, so he's an Action Man figure from the 90s, but the kit came on a figure made by a company called Corinthian.
But still interesting to collect. I remember my son running around in this strip, and having this Action Man brings back some real great memories. When my son was growing up and I was teaching him how to play football. And hopefully soon it'll be my grandson. In the 50th range, 2016, they released an Action Man footballer, which looks like an England strip. And then they released the Bobby Moore. So yet still, the 40th, I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure they just released a footballer and they just called it a red strip. They didn't call it the England strip. Unfortunately, on Action Man HQ, it only shows like the 50th range and the vintage range, but it doesn't show the range of the 90s and it doesn't show the 40th edition. It's in a graph, and within that graph, it's just a footballer. So I don't think there was an England strip as such. Let's see if we can find a badge for this guy. Right, here you go, just a quick advert for Action Man HQ. You can go ahead and buy all the replica stickers. This one you can buy the whole teams for £3.90. It's £6.15 with postage, which isn't bad. You get all the teams, all the badges. So that's something I'll be purchasing. I'm sure these are available on eBay as well. All that's left to say to these guys is Action Man, England footballers, get on the side. Right, so first off, let's put Bobby Moore in the corner with his one hand. At a later date, we'll have to fix him.
And let's put this 90s Action Man with the Corinthian England kit there.
We must endeavour to find him a pair of boots. And last but not least, let's put a 40th Action Man in his maybe 40th kit or maybe vintage kit, we're not 100% sure. So that concludes episode 2 of Off the Shelf, the British Infantry and the 66 footballer. We now found out that he's a 40th, and obviously our other guys here. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next exciting episode.